Hi all, this is cyoubx, and today I will be giving you my first impressions of a new iPod Touch game titled Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Shadow Vanguard. This game is made by Gameloft and Ubisoft and is currently $6.99 in the App Store. This is literally the second game that I've played, so I cannot say that I'm a pro in any way. I'm simply going to tell you the pros and cons of the multiplayer deathmatch from my perspective. It's extremely similar to Splinter, and this makes sense, since Splinter is also a Tom Clancy title, marketed by Gameloft. In some ways, it feels like Gameloft made an effort to improve the multiplayer experience from Modern Combat 2, but I can't say that they were entirely successful. Although there were notable changes, I'm not sure that they were for the better. We'll start with the pros. The speed has definitely become faster than Modern Combat 2. It uses the same speed found in Nova. The various perks are also nice, however, the format for arming yourself is rather confusing. I enjoyed the Modern Combat 2 system for weapon customization better, however, it is still manageable in this game. You simply have to go to the pause, and from there you can choose your weapon locker room and customize your weapons and perks. The graphics are rather nice, and the detail on the environment and guns is top-notch. There are only 5 maps, but they are miles better than what they were in Black Pegasus. The various levels makes finding enemies more intense, and the ability to jump directly down from ledges is also an improvement. With all of the pros aforementioned, there are a slew of cons. The speed perk in Modern Combat 2 is actually something that can be used strategically and not a managerial skill. And even though the movements are more fluid, like that of Nova, there's still no way to jump. The jump icon is replaced with the hide button, which is rarely used in multiplayer. The game was meant to be played like a tactical shooter, hiding and such behind buildings. However, most of the online players seem to be using a Modern Combat 2 approach, which would be rushing. It's also what I'm doing here. It is possible that this will change as more people play this game. However, right now, rushing is definitely the top tactic, and it seems to be working for a lot of people. The lobby is also a persistent issue. The Modern Combat 2 lobby was annoyingly delicate to use, and it seems like Gameloft has made no further improvements on this. It is still difficult to join a game because they automatically update the list. The spawn points are also annoying. In Modern Combat 2, players sometimes got spawn killed, but I'd much rather have that than what is offered now in Rainbow Six. The spawn points have nothing to do with where opponents are. Although it's nice to get free kills, it's extremely annoying to get killed the same way. Finally, although I admire the graphics, they could definitely be better. The facial detail is rather petty and almost cartoon-like. It's disappointing to see something so aesthetically pleasing to be ruined by a lack of attention to facial detail. Overall, the multiplayer experience is decent, but I can't say it's better than Modern Combat 2. I think Modern Combat 2 came close to the perfect multiplayer setup for mobile devices. I've yet to try co-op and single-player campaign, but I am expecting great gameplay in both of those two areas, particularly co-op, simply because there is no other game that emulates the same style. If you are just interested in Rainbow Six Shadow Vanguard for the multiplayer deathmatch, I suggest going back to Modern Combat 2, because that seemed to have a lot more variety and a lot more style aimed for mobile devices. This was simply my first impression of Rainbow Six multiplayer deathmatch. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.